Good evening, everyone. I welcome all of you to Ashok IT. Today we are here to discuss about our master program on the Devops course. So it is completely online training. Before getting into the details of our course, let me introduce myself. Some of you already aware of my details and some of you guys are new here. So my name is Ashok. I'm having total 9+ years of experience as a full stack developer in the IT industry. Currently, I am working as a technical lead for one of the MNC banking sector company. Coming to my skill set, I will work with front end, back end, as well as operations. Basically, I started my career as a Java developer. Then I got the opportunity to work on front end development by using Angular, back end with boot on microservices, and I got the opportunity to work with Linux operating system, Amazon Web Services Cloud, and DevOps operations. In the Java, I have 9+ years of experience. In the DevOps and AWS, I have nearly 4 years of experience. So this is very quick introduction about myself. Then most of the guys who want to attend this DevOps course will have some doubts, right? Sir, what are the prerequisites in order to attend this DevOps program? What are the prerequisites to attend this DevOps program? If you want to learn the DevOps, if you want to become a DevOps engineer, then you need to have some basic knowledge on Linux operating system and some basic knowledge on shell scripting. If you don't know Linux and shell scripting, then you have to learn. So I think in the last month, I have conducted free classes on the Linux and shell scripting for almost 2 weeks of time. All those videos also available in our YouTube channel. Ashok IT YouTube channel is there. If you are not aware of that Linux, you can go through the basics of Linux classes. And again, by this month end, we are going to conduct one more Linux batch. So in that Linux batch, you can attend those Linux classes. If you know the Linux and shell scripting, then that is excellent. You are eligible to attend this DevOps with Linux, right? If you are not aware of the Linux and shell scripting, you no need to worry about it. We are going to conduct special classes on the Linux. If you want to listen my Linux classes, those videos are already available in our YouTube. I will share the link also. You can go through those videos. Almost 15 videos are available. 15 hours I have explained about the Linux, and we are going to conduct some Linux classes also. Once again, you can attend those classes also. Immediately, I don't need the Linux. I need the Linux after 2 weeks of time to work with the DevOps. Basics of Linux and shell scripting knowledge is required to attend this DevOps course. Good. Then now, if you have really, if you have real interest to become a DevOps engineer, then you can attend this program. I want to become a DevOps engineer. If you are that, if you have that passion, if you want to start your career as a DevOps engineer, then you can attend this master program on the DevOps. Right. Here, sir, I don't know Java. I don't know Python. I don't know JavaScript. Can I attend the DevOps? Programming knowledge is not mandatory for this course. If you are a Java developer, or if you are a Python developer, or if you are a .NET developer, that is excellent. But some people will come from non-programming background. Sir, I'm working as a system administrator, or my background is completely different. My background is not IT. I'm from a different background. Can I learn the DevOps? Yes, of course, you can learn. Programming knowledge is not mandatory to attend this DevOps course, because DevOps is related to administration work. DevOps is related to administration work, operations work will be there in the DevOps. Programming knowledge is not required for us as a DevOps engineer. If you have the programming knowledge, then that is good. Excellent. Excellent. If you don't have that knowledge also, no problem. The only thing that you need to know is Linux. We are going to cover this Linux also for you. You no need to worry about that. Okay, fine. Next one. Who can attend this course? Sir, I'm doing my graduation, or I have completed my graduation. I'm working as a backend developer. I'm working as a front-end developer. I am from non-IT background. I'm from some MBA background. I'm from some accounts background. I'm from some other stream, mechanical, civil, something like that. Can I attend this DevOps course? Yes, you can do that. Anybody, if you really have the interest to become a DevOps engineer, then you can attend this course. You no need to worry about it. The only thing is Linux is required. Those Linux classes we are going to conduct for you. You no need to worry about that. Already videos available. If you want to attend the live classes also, we will conduct the Linux classes for you people. Special classes we will conduct on the Linux, which is required for our DevOps. That Linux also is not required immediately. Linux we need after 15 days. Within the 15 days of time, you can learn those, the basics of the Linux, which is required. If you are from BCom background also, you can attend the DevOps. If you are from the MBA background also, you can attend. Okay, good, fine. Please read these points. What are the prerequisites to attend this DevOps? Basics of Linux and shell scripting. We will conduct the special classes for the Linux and shell scripting for you. Don't worry about it. As I mentioned, first 2 weeks we are going to understand Maven, GitHub and all. For those tools, Linux is not required. When we are going to work on the Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, at that time we need the Linux. By that time, we will conduct the Linux classes for you people. Anybody who is passionate to quick start their career as a DevOps engineer can attend this master program on the DevOps. If you have the programming knowledge, that will be helpful for you. Even if you don't have the programming knowledge, no problem, because DevOps is not related to coding. DevOps is related to administration. Programming knowledge is not mandatory for this course. Graduates, undergraduates, backend developers, web developers, non-IT background people also can attend this master program on the DevOps. Is this clear for everybody? Is this clear for everybody? If you are from industrial automation background, or if you are from chemical background, if you are from accounts background, still you can attend this course, no problem. No problem. Anybody can do this course. It is not related to coding. It's not related to coding. Good. Fine. I think I'm clear with prerequisites. Next one. What is this course outline? What is this course outline? What we are going to learn? So first we are going to understand the DevOps world. What is this DevOps? What is this DevOps? What is this DevOps lifecycle? Why people are using this DevOps in the IT companies? What are the advantages of the DevOps? All these things we are going to understand as part of our first module. Okay, so from today itself, we are going to start with DevOps introduction. I will introduce what is the DevOps for you today. That is our first discussion. Inside that DevOps world introduction, I will tell you what is the development lifecycle, what is SDLC methodology, what is waterfall methodology, what is the development team, what is operations team, what are the environments in the application, what are the environments will be available, how the project will be delivered to a client, what is the role of the DevOps in the project development lifecycle, all the basics that are required for us to become a DevOps engineer, we are going to cover as part of module 1. So lot of solid theoretical knowledge we are going to get from the first module. First module is completely related to theoretical part. What is the DevOps? What are the advantages of the DevOps? How the DevOps is using in the companies? What are the advantages if we use the DevOps in our project? How people are using the DevOps in the industry? How I am using the DevOps in my current project? Everything I'm going to explain. What is the development life cycle? What is waterfall methodology? What is agile methodology? What is the importance of the agile in the today's competitive world? All those things we will understand in the first module. Coming to the second module, the practical things are going to start from here. That is DevOps tools. In the module 2, we are going to understand DevOps tools. Got my point? What are the tools? I will give you the names of the tools also we are going to learn. Guys, learning the DevOps, nothing but learning DevOps tools. There are several tools available in the market. People are using for project development and for project deployment purpose. As a DevOps engineer, you need to work with those tools in the project. What are the tools that are using in the industry? What is the purpose of that tool? How to work with that tool? How to set up that tool? What are the problems we are going to face in the real time? How to resolve those problems? Everything we are going to discuss practically in the module 2. You might have already heard about some tool names: Maven tool, Gradle tool, Jenkins tool, GitHub tool, Bitbucket, Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, Terraform, ELK, Grafana, Prometheus. Like that, there are so many tools are available. Here we are also going to learn those tools practically as part of module 2. First module, introduction to DevOps. Second module, DevOps tools we are going to learn. Coming to third module, whatever the tools we have learned, using those tools we are going to implement some real projects here. How to use the DevOps tools to set up one Java project, how to use the DevOps tools to set up one Python project, how to work with some full stack application, React.js application, Node.js application, how to do the operations on the projects with the different tech stack. Those things we are going to understand as part of module 3. Coming to module 4, we are going to understand resume preparation, how to prepare our resume as a DevOps engineer, what are the projects we need to keep in the resume, what are the roles and responsibilities we need to keep in the resume, how to apply for the jobs as a DevOps engineer, how to upload a resume in the job portals like Naukari, Monster and all, how to apply and how to answer the interview questions, what are the frequently asked interview questions for the DevOps engineers. Everything we are going to provide as part of module 4, that is interview guide. First module, introduction to the DevOps world. That means what is DevOps, why DevOps, what are the advantages, development life cycle, waterfall model, agile model, all those things we are going to understand. In the second module, we will understand DevOps tools. That is practically we are going to work with some tools to perform our application operations. Then third module, whatever the tools we learned, by using those tools, we are going to implement some projects, real projects we are going to implement in the module 3. There you will get the real-time experience. Once you have completed that module 3, then you can start attending the interviews as a DevOps engineer. In the module 4, I will provide the interview guide, like interview questions and answers, 100 plus interview questions and answers I'm going to provide. Resumes, I will sample resumes, I will give you sample projects, I will give you, and I will tell you what are the roles and responsibilities you need to keep in the project resume. All those things I will discuss. Some tips and tricks I will tell you to attend the interview as a DevOps engineer. Got it? This is our roadmap, how we are going to become a DevOps engineer. By learning these 4 modules, you are going to become a DevOps engineer. Got my point? Next one. In the first module, what we are going to learn, what is DevOps, why DevOps, DevOps lifecycle, SDLC, waterfall methodology, agile methodology. These things we are going to learn in the first module. So total, this DevOps course is divided into 4 modules. First module is the introduction module. It is a theoretical module. What is DevOps, why DevOps, DevOps lifecycle, software development lifecycle, waterfall methodology, agile methodology, we are going to understand. Got it. Next one. In the second module, as I told you, we are going to learn the tools. This is the very important module in the DevOps, because DevOps engineer nothing but you are going to work with several tools. DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is not a programming language. DevOps is a culture. In order to use the DevOps culture, we are going to use a set of tools here. What are those tools here? We are going to understand what are the tools are having demand in the market. What are the tools are having demand in the market? Those tools we are going to learn here. What are the tools? What is the purpose of each tool? As a DevOps engineer, how you are going to work with those tools? How to work with the Maven? Maven is a build tool. Developers will use that Maven build tool to add the dependencies, to download the dependencies. As a DevOps engineer, you need to know how to work with the build tool. Maven. Maven is one build tool given by Apache. Next one, GitHub is available. GitHub is a source code repository tool where developers will store project to source code in one common place. For that, people will use GitHub. Some projects will use SVN, some projects will use GitHub, some projects will use Bitbucket. I will show you how to work with GitHub as well as Bitbucket. In my previous company, When I was working with Deloitte, I worked with GitHub. In my current company, we are using Bitbucket. In my first company, I used SVN. SVN is outdated. SVN, GitHub, Bitbucket, all these three tools are used for same purpose. That is source code repository servers, where we are going to store source code of the project. You can use SVN, you can use GitHub, you can use GitLab, or you can use Bitbucket. Here I'm going to tell you how to work with GitHub and Bitbucket. Maven is a build tool, GitHub is a repository server, right? Then after, I'm going to tell you how to work with Jenkins. Jenkins is very important tool for us, which is used to perform CI/CD operations of our project. Jenkins is used to deploy the project code into some servers. Okay, Jenkins tool we are going to understand. Then SonarQube. SonarQube is used to perform code review. Developers are going to write some code. Whether those developers are following the proper coding standards or not, they are following the coding rules or not, that code we are going to review by using SonarQube. So as a DevOps engineer, you need to know how to work with the SonarQube, how to integrate SonarQube with the Jenkins also. I'm going to cover here. Maven, GitHub, Jenkins, SonarQube we are going to learn. Next one, we are going to understand how to work with Docker and Kubernetes. If you don't have a knowledge on Docker and Kubernetes, then you will not get the job as a DevOps engineer. That much demand is there for Docker and Kubernetes in the market. When you upload your resume in the Naukri as a DevOps engineer, the first thing they are going to check, did you mention Docker and Kubernetes in the resume or not? If you mention Docker and Kubernetes in the resume, then only they will call you for the interview schedule. If you don't mention Docker and Kubernetes in the resume, your resume will not get shortlisted. That much demand is there for the Dockers and Kubernetes. If you attend a interview as a DevOps engineer, your interview will not be completed without asking the questions on the Docker and Kubernetes. Every interviewer will ask the questions on Dockers and Kubernetes. That much important it is. We are going to spend almost 20 days of time only for Docker's Kubernetes. Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins will take 1 month of time. Maven will complete within 3 to 4 days. GitHub will complete within 3 to 4 days of time. These are very small tools. Working with Maven, working with GitHub, working with Bitbucket, that is very simple. When we are learning Maven, GitHub, Bitbucket, Linux is not required. That is the reason I told you. For first 2 weeks, we don't need any knowledge on the Linux. Directly we can work with Maven and GitHub by using Windows only. But when we are going to start our work on the Jenkins, SonarQube, Docker, Kubernetes, at that time, we need the knowledge on the Linux. So you have 2 weeks of time to learn the Linux. That is the reason I told you. Basics of Linux is required, but you have 2 weeks of time to learn the Linux. I will give you my Linux videos. You can go through those videos. You can understand the Linux. If you want, I will conduct some special classes on the Linux also, which is required for the DevOps. You no need to bother about it. First, we are going to start with Maven. Maven is a build tool. Then we will learn about GitHub. GitHub is a source code repository tool. After learning Maven and GitHub, then we are going to learn how to set up the pipelines for our application by using Jenkins software. Maven is open source. GitHub is open source. Jenkins is open source. SonarQube also we can use open source. Docker is open source. Kubernetes is open source. All these tools are open source tools only. So you no need to pay single rupee also to use these tools. Directly you can use them. They are free and open source. That is the reason they are having that much demand in the market. Maven build tool, GitHub code repository. The next one, Jenkins. Jenkins is a CI/CD software which is used to deploy our applications. SonarQube is used to perform code review. Developers will be there. Developers will write the code. That developers maybe belongs to Java or .NET or Python or Angular or React or Node.js, whatever it is. They will write the code. Now, whether the code is following the proper conditions, proper naming conventions, proper rules, proper guidelines or not, we are going to perform the code review For that, we are going to use SonarQube. Then Docker. Docker is a containerization tool. Docker containers we are going to use to run the applications easily. Docker is going to package our application and it is going to run our application by using a Docker container. And then Kubernetes is a orchestration tool. Once you create the Docker container, in order to run the Docker containers, we are going to use the Kubernetes. Directly, you cannot learn the Kubernetes, guys. If you have the knowledge on the Docker, then only you can learn the Kubernetes. I'm going to follow the same order. First Maven, then GitHub, then Jenkins, then SonarQube, then Docker, then Kubernetes. Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes will take almost 1 month. Only those 3 tools will take 1 month of time. From installation to the from 0 to hero level, we are going to understand all these tools in our course. Once the Docker Kubernetes is completed, 80% of our course is completed. The remaining part, Terraform. Terraform is nothing but infrastructure as a code. In order to run our application, we need to set up some servers. We need to set up load balancer. We need to set up auto scaling. We need to set up some security. Everything we can manage through code by using JSON or by using YAML files. We can do that setup. That is called infrastructure as a code. For that, we are going to use Terraform. Okay, and we are going to work with ELK. Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana, ELK also we are going to learn as part of our course. This module 2 is very important to become a DevOps engineer. Tomorrow when you attend the interview also, they are going to ask the questions on these tools only. Yes, I forgot to mention Ansible here. Ansible also we are going to understand. Ansible, we are going to understand Jira. I told you I'm going to explain the Agile, right? As part of the Agile, we are going to understand the Jira software as well. As part of the Agile, we are going to understand Jira also. Now Ansible software also we are going to learn, which is used for configuration management. Earlier, people used it to work with the Chef. But nowadays Chef got outdated. People are using Ansible for configuration management. Chef is not required. Ansible is advanced to that. We are going to learn the Ansible instead of the Chef. Ansible that is used for configuration management. Terraform, infrastructure as a code. ELK, log searching, Logstash, Kibana we are going to use. Docker, containerization software. Kubernetes, orchestration purpose. Jenkins, CI/CD. SonarQube, code review. GitHub, code repository. Maven, build tool. So if you have the knowledge on these tools, then you can say that you are a DevOps engineer. You can perform the DevOps operations for your project. Grafana, those also will come here. As part of the ELK, I will explain that Grafana, Prometheus also. Grafana and Prometheus also we can learn, no problem. That will take only 1 day of time. It's not a big topic, it's very small. Grafana and Prometheus. Okay, so these are the tools. These are the tools that I'm going to cover as part of DevOps. Good. Next one. Some projects also we are going to implement here, guys. How to deploy the Java application, how to deploy the Python application, how to deploy the Angular applications, how to deploy the React.js applications, how to deploy the full stack Spring Boot with Angular applications, how to work with Docker containers, how to work with the Kubernetes clusters. All these things we are going to understand as part of module 3. Because tomorrow when you join in the company, that project may be Java or maybe Python, maybe .NET, maybe React, maybe Angular, maybe full stack application. Front end is Angular, back end is a Spring Boot. How to deploy those kind of applications by using our DevOps tools. That real-time projects also we are going to implement here. Got it? Java application deployment, Python application deployment, Angular application deployment, React.js application deployment, full stack application deployment, how to work with the Docker containers in the AWS cloud, how to work with the Kubernetes clusters. All those things we are going to discuss along with the projects. There you will get the practical knowledge in the real time, how the work is going to happen. Those things you are going to understand as part of this third module. Got it? Yes. Next one. Coming to module 4. Here we are going to understand the interview guide, how to prepare the resume. We are going to learn several tools here, and we are going to do several projects also by using this DevOps. Then how to mention all those things, how to mention our skill set in the resume. I will give you a resume also, and I will tell you how to prepare that resume, and frequently asked interview questions. 100+ interview questions I will provide, which are going to ask in interviews very frequently. FAQs I'm going to provide for the DevOps. Then if you want some mock interviews also, we can conduct. Job assistance, guys, every week we are getting the recruitment opportunities from the companies. Yesterday I got a recruitment from one of the company, Allstate. The company name is Allstate. They are looking for AWS trained freshers. The people who got trained on the AWS, they are looking for those people. Yesterday I got that requirement from the company. So every day we are getting some requirements. Today I got one requirement on React JS. For freshers, they are ready to pay 5 lakhs on the React JS. So we are getting such kind of I think AWS poster also I have shared in the Telegram already. For Ashok IT, we have a Telegram channel. In the Telegram channel, we are sharing what are the job opportunities we are getting from the companies. So whenever we get such kind of opportunity, then we are going to share in that Telegram. So we will ask to share the resume to our mail ID. Then we'll forward your resume to the company. That job assistance also we are going to provide. Sir, if I join the course, definitely will you provide the job? You need to practice, you have to attend the interview, you have to crack that interview. Whatever the knowledge is required to crack the interview, that practical knowledge, real-time knowledge I'm going to provide. But clearing the interview, that is up to you, because it is not a company, it is an institute. We will support 100% with the practical knowledge, how to do the projects practically, how to implement all these tools in the real-time project. That knowledge I will provide you with the practical use cases. Then you have to attend the interview. So I will forward the resume to the companies if you want to go with our placement assistance, or else you can also apply for the jobs on your own by uploading your resume in the job portals like Naukri. There are so many job portals are available. All right, so that job assistance also we are going to provide for our batch people. Now, after completion of this course, you can keep 3 to 4 years experience as a DevOps engineer. After completion of this course, you need to keep 3 to 4 years experience as a you can keep 3 to 4 years experience as a DevOps engineer, because that much knowledge we are going to learn as part of this course. Are you clear with all the 4 modules what we are going to learn? Module 1 is the introduction part. Module 2 is the DevOps tools. Module 3, projects. Module 4 is interview guide. Right. People are asking about AWS. Guys, AWS separately you have to attend. This is pure DevOps batch. This is pure DevOps batch. So some AWS, we are going to use the AWS cloud also here. So I will tell you that part. AWS, if you want to become a AWS cloud engineer, then AWS separate course you have to do for cracking the certification exams on the AWS. Okay, so AWS separate batch we will plan, then you can attend that AWS batch also. It is a pure DevOps batch. So whatever the AWS is required, I will use that AWS here, no problem. This course is going to take approximately 45 days to 2 months of time. This course is going to take 45 days to 2 months of time, guys. 45 days to 2 months of time it is going to take. 1 month it will take only for Jenkins, Dockers, Kubernetes. 1 month it will take only for Jenkins, Dockers, and Kubernetes. Monday to Saturday classes will be available. Monday to Saturday classes will be available. Okay, good. So whatever the AWS service that I am going to use as part of our DevOps part, that service I'm going to explain. Definitely we need to work with EC2. That EC2 I'm going to explain. We need to work with ECS. We need to work with EKS, all the services, whatever are required for us. I'm going to explain in the middle of the course. No problem. And the daily class timing 8:30 to 9:30 or 9:45 p.m. IST. Class timing is same. Timing is not going to change. 8:30 to 9:30 or 9:45. 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes. The session will be available daily. Monday to Saturday classes will be available. Monday to Saturday classes will be available. Monday to Saturday classes will be available. Good. Fine. Are you clear with this? Yes, Karthik, as a front-end developer, you can attend this course. As a front-end developer, you can attend this course. And the people who want to attend only DevOps, the course fees is 10,000. If you want the recordings, then you need to pay 3,000 extra. If you want to attend the DevOps classes, live training, 10,000 rupees is the fees. If you want the recorded videos, then 3,000 rupees is extra for the recorded videos. If you want to attend only DevOps live classes, 10,000 is the fees. Got it? All right, fine, good. Now let's get started. What is DevOps? All right, guys. Now, so DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a culture. First, we need to understand the DevOps by understanding the term. DevOps, right? DevOps is the combination of development plus operations. DevOps is nothing but development plus operations. Now, guys, tomorrow when you join in the company, what you need to do as a DevOps engineer? Now see here, first here some developers will be available. Let's take some example. There are 3 developers are available who are going to develop the project. These developers are also called as programmers. For every project, development team will be available. Now assume that there are 3 developers available, or 3 or 10 or 20. It depends upon the project size. Now I'm taking 3 developers here. This is my development team. This is my development team. For every project one, development team will be available. Development team will be available. This development team is responsible to develop the project. They will write the code by using some programming languages. We have Java, we have .NET, we have Python, we have PHP, JavaScript, like that. There are so many languages are available. By using any one of that language, this development team is going to develop the project. That means they are going to develop some code. They are going to develop some programs. Can we give the programs to the client directly? Whatever the code developed by the developers, can we give that code to the client directly? Can we ask a client to run the programs? Do you think that clients will know programming languages? Clients will know the programming languages, or clients will not know the programming languages? Clients will not know the programming languages. Now, in the company, we have a development team. Let's assume that this is a Java based project. So we have recruited Java developers. Those Java developers developed some Java programs for our project. Our project is a e-commerce project where people can purchase the products in the online. Mobiles, laptops, electronics, books, all those things people can purchase. Okay, for that e-commerce business, client came for us. Client told that I want to start one e-commerce business. For that e-commerce business, I want one project. That is the requirement given by the client. As per the client requirement, we have taken the Java developers to develop the project. Got it. Now the development team is available. The development team is developing the programs by using Java. The development team is developing the project by using Java, right? Can we give the Java programs to the client directly? Can we ask the client to run the Java programs? Can we ask the client to run the Java programs? Come on, guys. Can we ask the client to run the Java programs directly? No. Guys, can you see my paint? Can you see my paint? Can you see my diagram? Yes, right. Now, so client is there. Here, guys, we have a client. Let's assume that client is available. Client, he is our client. Let's assume that. This client wants to start one business, that is e-commerce business. Client want one website like a Flipkart, Amazon. This client is there. This client wants to start one e-commerce business. Client want to start the e-commerce business. To start the e-commerce business, he need one project. Client is non-technical. He don't know anything about programming languages. He got the idea to start the e-commerce business. That the client approached a company. Let's assume that a TCS company. He came to TCS company. He told that I want to start one e-commerce business where people can purchase the mobiles, clothes, electronics, anything they can purchase on the website. I want that kind of website, like example, Flipkart, Amazon, like that. Now, as per the client requirement, we need to develop the project. In order to develop the project, we have taken development team. Some developers will be available, Java developers. Now, once these developers has developed the Java programs, can I give those Java programs to the client directly? Hey client, we have developed the programs. Please take these programs and run the Java program. Can we tell to the client to run the Java program? Can a client know what is Java? Can a client know what is .NET? Can a client know what is Python? No. Client is a businessman. He don't know anything about the programming language. That is the reason he is giving the money to the company to develop the project. If a client know what is Java, client will develop that project. Client will not come to our company. Are you getting my point, guys? Client is a non-technical person. Client is just a businessman. He is having money. He is having an idea. He want to implement his idea. He want to do business with his idea. So he is paying the money to the software company to develop a software project to run his business. Are you clear with my point? Yes. So here, when the developers developed the project, we cannot give that project to the client directly. We cannot give the programs to the client directly because client is a non-technical person. So that's where in our company, along with the development team, we need some operations team also. The people who are going to deliver the project to the client, who are going to deliver the project to the client. That team is called as operations team, or we can say as support team, IT teams, support team, or we can say that operations team. IT operations teams will be available. In the operations also, we will have some administrators. Who are these operational people? What is the duty of these operational people? These people are going to understand the client requirement. What this development team will do? Understand client requirement, develop programs, develop programs, then test the programs, test the programs, test the programs, keep the code, keep code in repository. That is the duty of this development team. What this development team will do? Development team will understand client requirement. What is the requirement of the client? Based on the requirement, develop programs. Based on requirement, develop programs. Once you develop the program based on the requirement, develop code. Programs, nothing but coding will be available. Then after this, these people are going to test whatever the program the developer has developed, that program is working as expected or not. These developers are going to test that program. Once the testing is completed, they are going to keep the code in the repository. That's where GitHub will come into picture. They will use GitHub as a repository to store the code. Once it is done, then what these operational people has to do? Operational people set up virtual machines, set up in virtual machines, set up servers, set up database, set up database, take code from repo, set up servers, set up database, take code from repository, build package and build the code, build and package code, code build and package, code build and package, deploy the project, deploy the code in server, deploy code in server, give the URL to the client, deliver project to client. That is the duty of the operations team in the project. You understand, guys? Here it is not one person job. Here group of people are involving. Development team is involving, operations team is involving. Developers are going to develop the project. Operational team is responsible to perform the infrastructure setup to deliver the project. These development activities and operational activities together is called as DevOps. Development plus operations is called as DevOps. By using this DevOps culture, we are going to deliver the project to the client. DevOps is not a single term. DevOps is two terms. Development plus operations is called as DevOps. Now, DevOps is not a technology, guys. DevOps is just a culture which is used to collaborate development activities and operational activities in the software development. It is going to collaborate development activities and operational activities of our software project by using this DevOps culture. By using the DevOps culture. DevOps is not a single term. DevOps is two terms, development plus operations. By using this DevOps culture, we can develop and we can deliver the project to the client quickly. By adopting this DevOps culture, nowadays almost all the companies are adopting this DevOps culture to develop and deliver software projects to the clients. When we use this DevOps culture, developers and operations teams will work collaboratively, will work together, will complete the work quickly, then we can deliver the project to the client quickly. Now, do you understand what is a DevOps? So now tell me, DevOps is a technology or a DevOps is a process? Guys, DevOps is a technology or a DevOps is a process? DevOps is a process. DevOps is nothing but a culture. DevOps is nothing but set of practices. DevOps is nothing but a process. DevOps is nothing but a culture. DevOps is nothing but set of practices we are going to follow to develop and deliver project to the clients quickly. Are you clear with my point? Now, that is what I have mentioned here. What is a DevOps? DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a culture. Whenever we see any software project, we will see that development team will be available. Operational team also will be available. What is the duty of the development team? Development team is responsible to understand the requirement given by the client. I want one project like a Flipkart. So what is the requirement? What is the client expecting? What is the client business? That business will be understood by developers. Java developers, .NET developers, Python developers, PHP developers, like that. Several developers will be available. Several types of development teams will be available. So based on the requirement, that developers are going to develop the programs. They are going to test the programs. Whatever the programs they have developed, those programs they are going to keep in the repository. That is a code. So there are several developers are available. Several developers will develop several programs. All the programs together is called as one project. The programs that developers who developed those programs, they will keep the programs in the Git repository. We will see how to work with the Git repository and all we are going to understand in our course. Developers will do the coding. Then the code, whatever they develop, they will keep in the repository. Once the developer coding is completed, then operational team work is going to start. What is the duty of the operations team? Operations team need to create the virtual machines. Like in the cloud, they are going to set up the virtual machine. Once they set up a virtual machine, they are going to install the servers in that machine. Once they install the server, they will install the database server. Application server will be available. Database server will be available. Web server will be available. Load balancing will be available. Auto scaling will be available. All that infrastructure they are going to set up. Who will set up the infrastructure? Developer will set up the infrastructure. Operational team will set up the infrastructure. Guys, tell me, who will set up the infrastructure required for our project? Developers are only responsible to develop the code. Then the infrastructure setup should be done by operational team. They are going to set up the machines to run our project. In that machine, they are going to install the servers. They are going to install the database servers. Now, once the infrastructure is ready, they have to take the code from the repository. Developer code is available in the repository. This operations team need to take the code from the repository. So in order to take the code from the repository, you need to have some idea on the repository. That's why you need to have the knowledge on the Git repository, Bitbucket repositories. After taking the code from the repository, as the operational engineer, you need to perform the build and package. Code should be packaged into jar file or war file. So how to package the code as a jar or war, that we will understand by using build tool like a Maven. Once you do that packaging, you need to review that code. In order to review that code, we are going to use a Sonar Cube. We are going to use the Sonar Cube to perform the code review. Once the code review and packaging, everything is completed, we need to deploy that code into the server. In order to deploy the code into the server, we are going to use Jenkins. We will use Dockers. We will use Kubernates. All these tools we are going to use. Once our deployment activity is completed, we are going to deliver the project to the client. So it is development is doing by some team, development is doing by one team, delivery is doing by one team. There should be some collaboration to do the activities quickly. That's why in the industry, DevOps culture got introduced. From when this DevOps culture came into the market, from 2007 onwards, this DevOps culture started in the IT industry, so that development team and operations team can work together to deliver the project to the clients quickly. DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a process. DevOps is a culture. DevOps is nothing but set of practices that we need to follow to deliver the project to the client quickly by collaborating development team members and operational team members. Are you able to understand what is the meaning of DevOps? Are you guys able to understand what is the meaning of DevOps now? DevOps is a culture which is used to deliver, which is used to develop and deliver the project to the clients quickly. By using this DevOps culture, we can simplify the application delivery process to the client. By using this DevOps culture, we can simplify the application delivery process to the client. That is what I mentioned in the slide here. What is DevOps? DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a culture. DevOps means development plus operations. For development, developers will be available. For operations, operational teams will be available. By using this DevOps culture, we are going to collaborate development activities and operational activities of the project so that we can deliver our project to the client quickly. Now, DevOps is a set of practices, tools, and a cultural philosophy that automate and integrate the process between development and IT teams, development team and IT teams. So whatever the process that we are going to follow for the development, whatever the process we are going to follow for operations, that development activities and operational activities will be integrated by using this DevOps culture. If we integrate the development activities and operational activities, we can deliver the project to the clients quickly. We can simplify the delivery process of the project to the client by using this DevOps culture. The main aim of the DevOps to simplify the release process of the project. To simplify the release process of the project. To deliver the project to the client quickly, we are going to use the DevOps culture in the project. Okay, developers are doing the development, operational teams are delivering the project. So if we integrate if you integrate that process, then easily, quickly, immediately, you can deliver the project to the client. That is the reason we are using DevOps. Got my point? DevOps is not a technology, DevOps is a culture. DevOps nothing but development plus operations. DevOps is a set of practices, tools, and a cultural philosophy that automate and integrate the process between software development and IT teams. That is what here. Developers are going to develop the programs, then operations team is going to deliver the project. If we combine the development activities and operational activities by using the DevOps culture, we can deliver the project to the client quickly. Rapid development, rapid delivery we can achieve. Speed delivery, we can deliver the project to the clients quickly by using this DevOps culture. Are you clear with my point, guys? Are you clear with my point? What is this DevOps? Right. When this DevOps started, the DevOps movement began around 2007 when the software development and IT operations communities raised concern about the traditional development model where developers who wrote the code worked apart from operations who deployed and supported that code. So developers are doing the development, operational teams are doing the deployment, but there is no communication between the development team and operational team earlier. Development is doing by some team members, operations are doing by some team members. There is no communication, there is no integration between that development team and operations team earlier. That's why the project's release will get delayed. The people are doing some development. When that development is completed, which feature is developed, which functionality is developed, when we can deliver that functionality, that collaboration was missing before 2007 in the IT. To overcome that problem, they introduced this DevOps culture so that development team and operations team can work together, will work collaboratively to deliver the project to the client. So in order to automate this delivery process, we are using some tools like build tool, repository tool, CI/CD tool, containerization tool, orchestration tool, code review tool. So as a DevOps engineer, you are going to use those tools to automate application delivery process. As a DevOps engineer, you are going to set up the culture to deliver your project quickly by using some tools. Those tools are called as DevOps tools. What are the DevOps tools we are going to use in the project? Build tools, repository tools, CI/CD tools, container tools, orchestration tools, code review tools, configuration tools. These are tools we are going to use as a DevOps engineer to automate application delivery process to the client. So DevOps means you are going to work with some tools to automate your application delivery process. What are the tools you need to automate the application delivery? Maven, which is for build tool, which is for building purpose. Project build, you will do by using Maven. Git repository to store the code and to retrieve the code. Jenkins to deploy into server. Configuration purpose, Ansible. Whatever the infrastructure we need, we can set up the infrastructure through code. For that we will use a Terraform. Sonar Cube to review our code. Like that, there are set of tools are available. By using those tools, we are going to automate our application delivery process. Got it? Now, what are the advantages of going for the DevOps? Speed. That means quickly you can deliver the project to the client if you have the DevOps culture, because developers and operations are happening parallelly. Development is happening, operations are happening parallelly. Then you can achieve the speed to deliver the project. Improved collaboration. What the developers are doing, what the operations team is doing, there will be a collaboration. Improved collaboration. So earlier, developers are doing the development. When that code is going to deliver to the client, developers don't know. When the code development will be completed, operations team will don't know. But now by using this DevOps culture, the collaboration got improved. As a developer, I will know when my code will be delivered, how my code will be delivered to the client. As a operational engineer, I will know how the developers are doing the development, how the code is getting delivered to the client, how the client is using that code. That process you can understand by using this DevOps. The collaboration got improved. Then rapid delivery, whatever the functionality is completed, immediately you can deliver that project. You can deliver the functionality to the client quickly. Rapid delivery we can achieve. Quality and reliability. So as we are using this DevOps culture, we are going to automate the deployment process by using these tools. We can achieve the quality and reliability. As we are using these tools, infrastructure as a code and all, we are not going to compromise on the security. We can provide the security for our projects which we are delivering to the client by using this DevOps process. Speed, improved collaboration, rapid delivery, quality and reliability will be available. Security also will be available when we go for this DevOps culture to deliver our applications to the client. DevOps means development plus operations. Sir, advantages are clear. Quickly we can deliver the project. Collaboration will be there between the developers and operations to deliver the project. Rapid delivery we can do. We can reach the market before our competitor. If you develop a project, you need to deliver the project into the market immediately. If you don't deliver your functionality to the market, suppose for example, today I want to provide some offer on the product. Quickly I should be able to deliver that functionality to the market. Otherwise, my competitor will give the offer. So there are so many e-commerce applications are available. Always we should be ahead. Always we should be ahead when we compare with our competitor. Whatever the code changes I am making in my project, immediately my code should be deployed to the production. Then I will become an early bird in the market. Always we need to deliver the projects quickly to the market. Then we can beat our competitors in the market. Otherwise, our competitors will beat us. So that rapid delivery we need to do. In order to do that rapid delivery, we can use this DevOps culture. Quality should be there. Whatever the functionality we are delivering to the client, that functionality should be stable and that should be reliable. And we need to have a security. All these things we can achieve by using this DevOps tools. Speed, improved collaboration, rapid delivery, quality and reliability will be there, and we can achieve security also. Now, okay, fine. Advantages are there. What are the disadvantages? What are the challenge? No, it's not a disadvantage. What is the challenging thing if you want to work with the DevOps? What is the challenging thing if you want to work with the DevOps? Can one person do this DevOps operation? DevOps is not any single person's job. It's everyone's job. So team should be involved. Team should adapt to this DevOps culture. Team should adapt to this DevOps culture. Then only we can deliver the project to the client on time quickly. So there should be a teamwork. Then only we can implement DevOps for our project. One person cannot do that because I'm a DevOps engineer. I cannot do the development. Suppose if I am a developer, I cannot do the operation. So developers will be separate, operation team will be separate. So there should be a teamwork. Then only we can implement this DevOps culture for the project. By using this DevOps culture, we can simplify application delivery process to the client. In order to simplify the delivery process, we are using some tools. Those tools are called as DevOps tools. Learning DevOps course, nothing but learning DevOps tools. Are you clear with my point? What is the meaning of learning DevOps? Learning DevOps, nothing but learning DevOps tools to simplify application deployment process. What are the tools? Build tools, repository tools, code review tools, CI/CD tools, container tools, orchestration tools, infrastructure tools, configuration tools. All these tools we are going to learn as a DevOps engineer. Learning DevOps means learning DevOps tools to simplify application deployment process. Okay, so in the tomorrow session, we are going to understand how this DevOps is working in the company. What is a DevOps lifecycle? All this process we are going to discuss in the tomorrow session. So today, what we covered, what we learned today, guys? What we learned today? What are the prerequisites for our course, right? And what we are going to learn as part of our course, what is the roadmap, what are the modules that we are going to learn, and what we are going to learn in the each module, module 1, module 2, module 3, right? Module 4, and we learned what is DevOps. What is DevOps? DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a culture. DevOps means development plus operations. So by using this DevOps, we can collaborate development team and operations team. So if we collaborate the development team and operations team, then we can release the project to the client quickly. So if you go for this DevOps culture, there are so many advantages available. You can release the project quickly. You can improve the collaboration. You can do the rapid delivery. You can improve the security practices. You can improve the quality of your project. If you want to implement this DevOps, it's not a one-person job in the team. There should be a teamwork. Your complete project team members, all the team members should adopt the DevOps culture. Then only you can implement this DevOps process for your project. Good. Fine, guys. Thank you. With this, we are done for today.